Okay, we have people from Poland, the UK. Keep dropping in the chat where you are tuning in from. This is so incredible. I hope you guys are so fired up. This is a very important masterclass. I have ran masterclasses before where it's been about ending binge eating, becoming less impulsive with food, heal your body image, get rid of your urges. And there's a time and a place for a training and a master class for that. You guys know me, I'm literally the binge eating coach. But there's something special about this master class, about living your magical life. There's something so special for all of you guys. There's going to be a lot of people who are watching the replay, but for all of you guys that just tuned into this masterclass, I just want you to know how special and incredible you are, because only the people that are going to the top would come to a masterclass like this. Only the people who really value themselves will come to a masterclass like this. Only people who know their full potential, who really care about themselves, is going to come to a masterclass about living out your most magical life. So I am just very, very, very happy that you are here. Melissa's here. We've got people from South Florida, Boston, Germany. So cool. Okay. So welcome to this masterclass. I am very excited that you are here, and I want you guys to really be active inside of the chat. Anytime I share something that's like a breakthrough moment, drop it in the chat box. I want this to be a really active masterclass if you're live. I know that you want to live a life where you wake up every single day full of joy, full of happiness. You want to feel calm. You want to feel fulfilled. You want to be intentional. You want to have these moments. I call them pinch me moments, where you're like, how is this my life? You want to feel calm. You want to feel happy. You want to feel filled with joy. You want to feel loved. You want to feel grateful, because you are not just here to stop binge eating. You don't want to just have a better relationship with food and be like, oh, I can have a cookie without guilt. Of course, you want that, but you want so much more. You don't want to just say, oh, well, I feel less impulsive with food. Like, again, you want that, but you also want to live your life intentionally. You want to live a life that feels like magic every day. You want to step into the greatest version of yourself. You want to meet your higher self. You want to become the unstoppable, badass version of you. And right now, you do live a good life. I know that. You're here. You do live a good life. You are healing your relationship with food. Drop a yes in the chat box. If you are currently healing your relationship with food, drop a yes in the chat box. If you're actively healing your relationship with food, drop a yes in the chat box. You're actively healing your relationship with food. There's yeses in the chat box. Yes. You have a good relationship. You have a good family life. Like, things in your life are going well. I know that, because you wouldn't be here if things weren't good. You have a good life, but you know that there's more. You know that there's a next level. And it's so interesting. Like I said, when I run these master classes, or I run other master classes, I get like hundreds of people signing up about binge eating. And then I do a master class like this where it's like, live your most magical life. And people sign up, but there's less, because only people that are so committed to their growth, only people that are so committed to their happiness, their evolution, will attend something like this. So that is you. You're always looking for ways to improve your life. And so many people think their life cannot go beyond good, because there has to be some type of struggle. Have you ever talked to or spoken to family, coworkers, friends, or depending on obviously who you're hanging out with, and people in your life might say things like, yeah, life, there's always just going to be a struggle. There's always something. What can you do? Have you ever experienced this? They're like, well, everyone struggles, and like, it's hard. Yeah, it's challenging. And I live a good life, but well, there's always something. People think I can live a good life, but I can't go beyond that. There needs to be some type of struggle. And you know what I say? I call BS. Drop BS in the chat box if you're with me. You can live the most extraordinary life. And although your life is good right now, it's about to get even better. How many of you can relate to those people who might be complainers? It's like there's a difference between somebody who is struggling with something and they're actively working on it, right? It's like, yeah, maybe I'm binging and I'm struggling with my relationship with food, but I'm actively working on it. And I'm getting support, I'm putting in the work. It's like you give them compassion, you see them, you hold space for them, you remind them how incredible they are. But then there are people who just don't do anything about what it is that they're going through. And you're like, I love you, but you keep talking about this job that you hate. Go do something about it. You're like, I love you, but you keep talking about this struggle. Like, what are you actively doing to get better? I love you, but you keep talking about how you want deeper relationships or deeper connections in your life. Like, go reach out to somebody, go make it happen. Because you, on the other hand, you experience a challenge in your life, and what you say is, how can I overcome this? You are solution focused. You find the way. That's who you are. You always find a way to make things better. You don't just stay in this struggle. It's binge eating. Maybe it's being impulsive with food. Maybe it's, you have a hard time expressing your needs, speaking up for yourself, having boundaries in your life. I think about so many of my clients, and they have the most loving families, great relationships. They're healing their relationship with food, and they're like, but I want more. It's like I'm always looking for that next step. I don't want less binges. I want to conquer binge eating. I don't want to feel better in my own skin. I want to literally walk into a room and feel confident in who I am. And so when I look back on my journey, when I was struggling with my relationship with food, like I said, I had a good life. I had a great relationship with my husband, loving family, good job, but I was still thinking about food a lot. I still had anxiety hanging out with certain friends because I was always in my head like, okay, are they judging me? Do they actually like hanging out with me? What do they actually think about me? Like I was always in my head. I was always anxious. I was still judging my body. I was still playing the comparison game. Every time I saw somebody who was in a good looking fit body, I would compare myself. And I thought that just by fixing my relationship with food and just by conquering binge eating, that every single aspect of my life is going to be perfect. And when I became binge free, many areas of my life improved. How many of you guys are starting to notice? Many of you guys said you're actively healing your relationship with food. Drop a yes in the chat if you're starting to recognize that when you're healing your relationship with food, other areas of your life are getting better. Friendships, maybe you're becoming less snappy with family, maybe you're able to regulate your emotions better, maybe a better intimate life, better friendships. Like, how many of you guys are starting to recognize the ripple? It's like, I'm healing my relationship with food, but oh, wow, I'm more present. Oh, wow, I'm making more memories. Oh, wow, I feel better in my own skin. How many of you guys know the ripple? You can feel the ripple. Drop a yes in the chat if that's you. For me, I noticed it. I was able to, Imogen says yes. I was able to go out for dinner, more present. I was able to go out for dinner with my husband without looking at the menu ahead of time. I was able to leave the house without trying on 25 million outfits before leaving the house. I was more present as well, Melissa. I was less snappy with my mom. So yes, areas of my life improved. But I realized that my life could be even better than this. How many of you know that feeling in your heart that you're meant for more. That you were put on this planet to truly live your life. Like, live your life, not on autopilot, not just like going through the motions, but like actually live your life. Melissa's like, yes, me. I realized it actually wasn't my relationship with food that was holding me back. It was my limiting beliefs. I feel that too. Yes. I needed to turn up the dial on my confidence. I needed to be more intentional about how I was actually living my life. I knew that I can live an even better life. Even though my life was good, I'm like, things can get better. So I'm going to walk you through this process. So we had this conversation that you all feel in your heart that you're meant for more, right? You want to look back at your life and be like, I'm so proud of you. Look at all the things that you've done. You're a freaking badass. You went for it. You reached your goals. I fully lived. You know, I wasn't just on autopilot. You know that is in your heart. But one of the very first steps that you need to take is rewiring your beliefs about your ability to have it all. Do you fully 100% believe that you can have it all? Do you fully believe that you could never think about food ever again? Do you fully believe that you can get to a point where you feel so freaking confident in your own skin? You can have the most intimate, deep connections and relationships. You can cultivate so much self-love. You 100% fully believe that you can live a life where every area of your life feels like magic. Maria says, absolutely. Of course. She's coming to the Unstoppable Badass Retreat. Of course she believes that. Of course that's who you are, Maria. Of course. So there might be a part of you that's like, absolutely heck yes. Or there might be a part of you, for those of you guys who haven't dropped it in the chat, there might be a part of you where it's like, okay, yes, I do believe that, but I'm not there yet. Or I do believe that, but I still kind of compare myself. Or I do believe that, but people in my life, friends, coworkers, family members always say like, it has to be hard. Like it has to be challenging. Maybe a therapist has told you, well, life is just hard. And you're like, okay, but I don't want it to be that way. Like I'm ready to transform my life. I'm ready to become unstoppable. Let's freaking go. Maybe there's a part of you that believes I can have it all, but maybe I can have a good relationship with food, but I'm always going to struggle with body image. Maybe I can have a really incredible relationship with a partner, but I'm going to feel insecure in friendships. Or I'm always going to be thinking like, do they actually really like me? Maybe I can have an amazing job, an amazing career, but I'm going to struggle with confidence. I am here to tell you that you can have it all. Every area, health, relationships, confidence, self-love. And you need to turn up that dial, that version of you inside that knows this is possible for you. I used to know that I could live a good life because I was living one, as I mentioned. But I believed at some point, like, I don't know, will I ever just like completely not think about food? Like ever? Okay, so maybe I healed my relationship with food, but like, am I going to struggle with bloating or body image? When I got to a point where I wasn't binging as much, I was like, okay, that's great, but like, am I still going to be thinking about food? Okay, sure, I wasn't binging as much, but am I going to have gut issues? But this has a lot to who you're surrounding yourself with. Who are you surrounding yourself with? Who is in your circle? Who are you surrounding yourself with? Because the people around you influence your beliefs. I remember going to see like a bunch of nutritionists and naturopaths, functional medicine practitioners. I was having some gut issues, some bloating, and they literally told me after test after test after test after protocols, they said to me, you want to know what they said to me? They said to me, I really don't know how else to help you. What? We've done all the tests. I don't know how else to help you. And when somebody tells that to you, you feel a little broken, right? It's like, oh, okay, you're just telling me that I'm going to have to struggle with this for the rest of my life. And I could have settled and I could have said, well, that sucks. I'm always going to have these gut issues. This is just my life. But I didn't. There was a part of me that was like, I'm going to find a way. There has to be another way. Maybe you've been told by a nutritionist, like there's no answers, or you've been told by a therapist, like just go back to your childhood. You need to go back and you got to work on all these areas of your life before you can heal your relationship with food. And you're like, I actually had a good childhood. I just actually restricted for such a long time, but I need to stop giving into my urges and release my food rules. You don't need to tell me I'm broken. I know I'm not broken, like I'm a freaking badass. And so for me, I never took no for an answer. I have never taken, sorry, you can't be helped as an answer. I'm like, okay, well, maybe you can't help me, but I'm going to go find a way. This is what I'm looking for, solutions for my bloating and stomach issues. Well, as I'm talking about this, just know there is always a way. I do not care how many people have told me, you're just going to struggle with this. I'm like, I'm going to find a way. I've done it in every area of my life. Gut health issues, I got fixed because I'm like, I'm going to go find the way. Binge eating, I found a way to make it work. Just like all of you guys on this call, you're the same way. But sometimes it's conditioning, right? Like it's conditioning from other people to have friends, coworkers, experts, other professionals, family members, friends tell you, you're just gonna have to struggle with this. Maybe you go to a doctor's appointment and they're like, well, you're just gonna have to live with this. And you're like, no. Like, I know that there's a better way to live. And I always knew this. I was so committed to making every single area of my life feel incredible. I did not take no for an answer. And I'm going to be so real with you guys all. It takes one person to look at you and say, you deserve more. Carly, you deserve more. Maria, you deserve more. Imogen, Sarah, Marita, Louisa, Christine, Melissa, you deserve more. It takes one person to look at you and say, listen, you are capable of so much more. You're unstoppable. Whatever it is that you're going through right now, you're going to overcome it. You deserve the freaking world. You have no idea how much better your life is going to get. You need one person. And I will always be that person for you. I have clients telling me this all the time, like, Lorna, you just see me. You show me what's possible. Okay, I had a good life before coming to be in your world, but now you made my life 10 times better. My relationship with my kids are better. I communicate better with my husband. I have better boundaries at work. You need one person in your life to show you what's possible. One person in your life to push you. One person to show you that you can live a life better than the life that you're living right now. And I will always be that person for you. You know that there's like this next level. There's a greater version of you that you can tap into. and you want somebody to push you to that next level because you know that that's where you're meant to be. You want to see your full potential. You want somebody to actually show you, hey, it's actually so much easier. You know, these people over here, they're saying it has to be hard and it has to be so challenging. And I'm going to be over here being like, I understand your big goals. I understand your big dreams. And I'm not going to make you feel crazy for having these big goals because that's who I am. This is why I surround myself with mentors and coaches who push me, who challenge me, who show me what's possible because I have really big goals in my life. You have goals, you have big goals in your life. I want to step into my full potential. So I don't surround myself with people who say, "Oh yeah, you know, it has to be really hard and it has to be really challenging." Like I surround myself with other freaking badasses who are like, "Let's rise together. Let's go to the top. Like let's truly become the greatest version of ourselves. Let's meet our higher selves. Let's rise to the top together." It doesn't have to be challenging. It could be fun. What if overcoming your struggles could actually be fun and exciting? Like, let's have the time of our lives as you crush your goals, as you heal your relationship with food, as you conquer binge eating, as you become the greatest version of yourself. I will always, always, always be that mentor. I will always be that person that doesn't say, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry you're going through this. I will give you love and I will give you compassion, but I will also help you rise to your full potential and remind you that you're a freaking badass and that you're successful in so many areas of your life. And conquering binge eating is going to be another success. Having these deep, intimate relationships is going to be another success in your life. Feeling confident in your own skin is going to be another success in your life. You know you're meant for more. So I'm going to walk you through how I personally did this in my life. I'm going to talk about 3 core areas: health, relationships, and confidence. So drop health in the chat. Drop health in the chat. So for the health aspect, health, there's so many aspects to health, right? There's relationship with food, there's energy, there's digestion, there's home, like there's so many different areas to health. It was not just my relationship with food that I wanted to conquer. I wanted high energy. I wanted a good digestive system. I wanted less bloating. I wanted to go out for dinner and not have to worry about the calories or leaving 9 months pregnant. I wanted to become the healthiest me. Health. How many of you want to become the healthiest version of you? Not just like relationship with food, but I want to be the Energizer Bunny. I want to be 90 years old and still be kicking. Like I want to feel like I want to feel energized. I want to feel strong. Like health. Health is not just relationship with food. Health, Sarah. I want it. Yes. You know, some people would be like, I'm always going to be addicted to food, or I'm so tired. You know, people that just say, I'm so tired all the time, or like, oh, I'm going to be addicted to food my whole life. And I'm like, okay, well, you can keep believing that, but I'm over here literally on the other side proving that you can live the healthiest life. When I was binging, people would say, like, I'm broken, I'm addicted to sugar. And I was like, okay, well, I'm binging right now. I don't like the fact that I'm self-soothing with food, but this isn't who I am. I know this is actually not who I actually am. I'm Lorna freaking Costa. So, like, I am going to conquer. I don't want to just have a better relationship with food. I want to feel the best I ever have, less bloating. I want to have amazing hormones. I want good gut health. I want a good digestive system. I want amazing relationship with food. I want to be the healthiest version of me. I want to live. Somebody who is healthy gets to live, gets to actually live. So that is health. Every aspect of your life, digestion, gut health, hormones, energy, relationship with food, conquering binge eating. What I said to myself is, I'm not going to look at the past. I'm not going to look at the past and how I struggled with bloating or I struggled with binge eating. Bye, Carly. Carly says, this is great. Amazing. I said, I'm not going to look at the past. I don't care if people have told me you're always going to struggle with bloating or, yeah, conquering binge eating is really hard. I'm like, do you know who I am? I am going to make it fun. On my journey of healing my relationship with food, I literally made it fun. I was like, I'm going to have this morning routine. I'm going to have a hot cup of tea. I'm going to do my breath work. I'm going to do my journaling. While everyone else is saying like, it has to be so hard. It has to be so challenging. I was like, how can I make the most of this? Because I want to live my life every day, not just when I'm binge free. Now I'm over 4 years binge free, but on my journey, I didn't want to just start living when I was binge free. I wanted to start living every single day like it was truly my last day. And so this is really exciting news for you because I don't care if you're not binge free yet. It's a lie to believe when I'm binge free, then when I feel good on my own skin, then when I do this, then you are robbing yourself of the joy that you get to experience today. A huge reason why I live this magical life is I don't wait. What are you waiting for? You get to feel like every single day is incredible when there's not this end destination of like, when I'm binge free, then I'm going to go and do XYZ thing, or I'm going to be happy, or I'm going to feel amazing in my own skin. It's like, how can you look at every single day and be like, how can I make today incredible? Something that I actually still do actually to this day is at the end of my days, I will review my day and I will say all the things that I've done, all the things that I was proud of myself for. Lorna, I'm so freaking proud of you for putting on this incredible masterclass. Lorna, I'm so freaking proud of you that you woke up this morning, you went downstairs, you got in a workout. Lorna, I'm so freaking proud of you that, I don't know, you navigated that difficult conversation. Lorna, I'm so freaking proud of you. Like, are you actually doing this for yourself, or are you waiting to celebrate yourself when you reach the milestone? It's like, you can do that right now. Every single night before you go to bed, review the day. What are you proud of yourself for? It can be the smallest little thing that you think it's really not that big of a deal. But when you shine a flashlight on that area, it's like, I'm proud of myself. I got out of bed this morning. I really didn't want to go to the grocery store, but I got my butt to the grocery store. Like it's like the small things. But if you want to live a magical life, you're not waiting. It's like every day matters. Every moment matters. Every hour matters. When I was binge eating, sometimes I would say, oh, I binged today. And let's say it was like 11 a.m. or 3 p.m. or whatever the time was. And I'm like, well, the rest of the day's a write-off. Oh, tomorrow will be better. How many of you guys are trapped in that? It's like, tomorrow will be better. It's like, you are robbing yourself of so much joy. So much incredible goodness can literally happen the rest of the day. But it's 3 p.m. and you've already called. That's it. The day's done. For me, I started saying it's 3 p.m. How can I make the most out of the rest of the day? I'm not waiting to live until tomorrow. I'm not waiting to start live my life when I hit XYZ, because there's always going to be another goal. There's always going to be a next milestone. So it's like every single day, I'm going to live my life like every minute, every hour, every second of every single day matters. So that was health. Now, when it comes to relationships, something that I needed to work on in friendships was, in relationships was friendships. So I always used to feel different than a lot of my friends. I like to say I'm the grandma. I go to bed at like 9 p.m. I don't drink. I have big goals, and I just never feel like I really belonged in certain friend groups and things like that. And I pushed a lot of my friends away when I was struggling with binge eating because I didn't want to go out. And, a part of me would scroll on social media, and sometimes I would feel sad. I would feel sad. I would feel lonely when I would see my friends post these pictures and be like, we had the best time going on a girls' trip, or all the couples are getting together and we're going on a getaway. But there was a part of me that was like, Lorna, you can cultivate this. Remember, we don't look back at the past. I said, you can cultivate this. I want deep, meaningful friendships in my life. It's not too late. How many of you desire deep, meaningful friendships in your life? Deep, meaningful friendships in your life where you're not just like, we're just chilling. It's like deep connections. Let's have fun. Let's live our lives. People who get you, people who make you feel seen, people who have similar values and priorities as you. I wanted that. So what did I do? I intentionally created more friendships in my life, and I proved to myself that it was never too late. A huge reason I used to feel insecure in friendships is because I was surrounding myself with the wrong people. People who drank, I don't even drink. People who want to go out to late, and I'm like, I'm in bed by 9. So I found my people. I stepped out of my comfort zone. I needed to introduce myself. I needed to send the initial message. Hey, I'd love to hang out. Let's go for a walk. Let's go for dinner. Let's do this. Yeah, of course there was work involved, but I'm here to be intentional about my life. So is it out of my comfort zone to message this person and be like, hey, you want to go for a walk or go to that yoga class and introduce myself? Was it awkward? Was it weird? Yes. But I said, this is what I want. So I stepped out of my comfort zone. Even with my husband, we had always had a great relationship, but sometimes it was hard for me to express my needs. I used to feel needy. I'm like, am I too much? Am I asking for too much? Should I really bring this up that is bothering me? Or am I going to be a burden because I know everyone has their own thing? So like maybe I shouldn't speak up. And I was like, listen, I am here to step into the most powerful version of me. So that version of myself that feels too much, keep showing up. The version of myself that feels like, should I actually like share my needs? Like, should I actually express that? Yes. Yes, I'm actually going to bring that up in conversation. Yes, these are my needs. I need my needs to get met. The version of myself who was like, I don't know if I should speak up, I spoke up. This is the next evolution. This is how you improve every area of your life. You step out of your comfort zone. Your life gets better when you step out of your comfort zone. This is how you grow. With health, There's always going to be challenges. There's always going to be specific changes. Sorry, not challenge, changes that you have to make to improve your health, of course, right? There's changes you need to make. With relationships, there's going to be things that you have to shift. You might have to step out of your comfort zone if you want to have really good friendships and reach out to that person. You might need to be more open with your husband. Speak up. Ask, these are my needs. You don't want to hide parts of yourself. You want to fully express who you are. You want to feel safe in relationships. You want to be able to speak up. Hey, this is what's on my mind. This is what's important for me. These are my needs. So I said to myself, okay, here we go. I got to speak up. I got to bring up my needs. I need to make sure that my needs are getting met. Like, I am going to step out of my comfort zone. One of my clients who's coming to Florida with me next year to attend the Unstoppable Badass Retreat, we actually just did a podcast episode recording together. Yesterday, she came on and she shared why she joined the Badass Retreat. And she said, it was scary. I have to fly alone. I never flew alone before. That means she has to step out of her comfort zone. She said, I'm shy and I'm kind of awkward. She said, I'm going to be so out of my comfort zone. And she said, but I know that I want to work on those areas, and that's why I'm going to go. That's why I need to be in the room. Even just recording the podcast episode, that was her stepping out of her comfort zone. She's never been on a podcast before. She's like, there's a little bit of fear. And she's like, that's exactly why I need to do it. The people who have amazing relationships, who are confident, who are healthy, who have it all, step out of their comfort zone. They push themselves out of their comfort zone. That's when your results skyrocket. My client could have easily said, no, it's too scary. I'm just going to stay at home, even though this retreat is going to be life-changing and it's going to change my life. I'm just going to stay at home because I'm scared and I'm awkward and I'm shy. Do you think somebody is going to transform as much as if this person said, you know what, this is what I desire. It's scary. I'm going to step out of my comfort zone. I am going to be in the room. You transform when you step out of your comfort zone. Of course, she's so committed to becoming unstoppable. Of course, she's going to be living a life where she does have it all, because where you meet where you say, this is an edge for me, and holy crap, it's kind of scary. And then you go do it. Transformation happens. She got her ticket. She's in VIP. She's coming to Florida. Her life is going to transform. You know you deserve more. You know that you're not just saying I deserve more. It's like you actively get in the room to experience a greater life for yourself. You pack your bags, you get on a plane, you're committed to being in the room. When you're in the room, your life changes. When you step out of your comfort zone, your life changes. I love getting out of my comfort zone. Like, it's uncomfortable, but it's also like growth is around the corner. So we talked about health. We talked about relationships. Now we move on to confidence. I said, you know what? Forget about just feeling confident in who I am as a person. Forget the fact that, yes, I have a great job and I'm smart and I have a good sense of humor. I want to feel incredible in my own skin. Yeah, sure, I used to deal with bloating, but I get to still feel amazing. Sure, I had bad body image days, but you know what? There is a way out. Here's the key. At the time, I did not feel good in my own skin. At the time, I just knew that I could experience confidence in my own skin. I knew that it was possible for me. You are not different. If you're live with me and you're able to put it in the chat, I am not different. Can you drop that in the chat for me? I am not different. I used to believe maybe other people can feel better in their own skin because, they don't have this background in dance. I grew up as a competitive dancer and the focus was all on my body. So I'm just going to always think about my body. I'm different. I had a background in personal training, and I've always loved working out, and I loved eating healthy, and everybody knew me as the healthy fit one in the friend group. So I'm just different. So maybe she can feel better in her own skin. But yeah, me, I'm a little bit different. I grew up as a competitive dancer. I was healthy and I was fit, and everyone knew me as that. So you can feel better in your own skin, but maybe I can't. And then I said to myself, I am not different. It doesn't matter if you love working out. It doesn't matter if you love eating healthy. It doesn't matter if there was a comment that was said to you when you were 8 years old. You are not different. You can still feel really good in your own skin. It's really easy to think, this is how I used to be. This is my story. I'm always going to obsess over the way that I look. But you got to feel amazing in your own skin if you've had 3 children, if you don't have kids, if you have had a comment that was said to you, if you didn't have a comment that was said to you. Like, it actually doesn't matter. You need to recognize I am not different. What stories are you telling yourself? Oh, I'm different. I'm always going to struggle with body image. Or maybe the story for you is, well, she can have it all. But, for me, there has to be at least one struggle. Like I said at the beginning, I call BS. I do not actually believe that you need a struggle. And I will always, always, always be the coach that shows you what's possible beyond your wildest dreams. I will show you that you can live a life better than how you're living right now. But what stories are you telling yourself? I let go of all those stories and I said, what you guys dropped in the chat, I said, I am not different. I am not different. I'm going to conquer binge eating. I'm going to heal my relationship with food. I'm going to choose to know that I am not different. It doesn't matter my background. It doesn't matter how long I've struggled with this for. I am not different. You are not different. And when I started embodying this and actually feeling it in my body of like, you're not different. My relationships became more meaningful. I speak up. I ask for my needs to be met. I feel safe expressing my needs. I feel confident in my own skin. My business has transformed. You are not different. You get to feel unstoppable. I became unstoppable and radically transformed my life because I told myself, I am not different. I am just going to choose to live with intention. I am not different. I just need to be intentional. So I went from, oh, so good to see your face, Marita. I went from getting high off of food to getting high off my own life. I went from binge eating and bloating to being over 4 years binge free. Now I can eat whatever foods I want without crazy bloating. I walk into the doctor's office and they're like, yep, all your health markers are perfect. I went from feeling insecure and anxious in friendships to cultivating really deep, meaningful relationships in my life. I am so unapologetically me. I am bold. I am loud. I am fiery. I am passionate. I'm sure you guys can feel this from the screen. And I just own it. I went from this obsession about all I think about is my body to I don't think about my body. But the first step is you need to recognize you are not different. The people around you will say, oh, this is challenging. This is hard, blah, blah, blah. You are not different. You need to get around other people who have it all to bring it closer. How many of you guys, even just right now, of having this conversation, you're like, you're fired up. You're like, yes, I can do anything. This is why being in the physical room with other people who have it all is so profound. It's so life-changing because it brings it closer to you. When you surround yourself with people who are like, it's so challenging, life has to be hard, or oh, I'm always going to struggle with this, I'm always going to struggle with that. It's like you take on those beliefs. And then you get in the room with other people that are like, you can feel the best that you ever had. You can absolutely conquer binge eating. You can feel so amazing in your own skin. It brings it closer. It shifts your beliefs. You start to recognize, oh, wait, I'm actually not different. Because it's easy to believe that it's easier to believe that other people know something more than you, or they're just, they're just different, or they're just lucky. Right? It's like she can have it all because, oh my gosh, she lives in Bali and she wakes up every morning and look at the beautiful sunset and look at the jungle that she's in and look at her environment. That's why she can have it all. Of course, she's happy. Oh, well, she can have it all because she has the body. Oh, she can have it all because she lives in the city and she can literally walk down her steps and 2 minutes to the right, there's a workout class. And that's why she has an amazing body, because there's a workout class right there. Oh, she works from home and she's so lucky because she can actually have these nourishing meals. Oh, well, she works at the office, so she can't mindlessly snack throughout the day. Oh, she can have it all because of what? What are the stories? There's so many reasons why. But when you get in your head and you say, she can have it all because of this, she can have it all because of this, she can have it all because of this, what you're actually doing is you are just the root of it is you are so concerned about how other people live their life that you are missing out on creating your magical life, working on your happiness, your health, your confidence, your relationships, because you're concerned about other people. We have one life. We have one life. And when you're so consumed about how other people live their life, their relationships, look at their friendships, look at their relationships, look at their body, look at them, you are robbing yourself of your magical life. And then when you're so concerned about other people and their lives, it's like you convince yourself, well, she can have it all because she knows more than me, or she can have it all because of her circumstances, or she's just lucky, or she's in that body because of X, Y, Z. She lives in this fancy place. She has it all because she got rid of her limiting beliefs. She knows she can live an incredible life. She surrounds herself with other badasses who are having it all, who are stepping into their greatest potential. You're here to go from a good life to a life that feels like magic every single day because it's who you are. You want to grow. You love challenging yourself. You love stepping into the greatest version of yourself. And so it's no more, oh, she, this, the external, it's inwards. You wake up every single day. How can today be the best day of my life? You wake up today and you're like, how can I make today incredible? You wake up today, you're like, how can I improve my health? How can I work on my relationships? How can I meet my life, not external? And any limiting belief that you have gets to be crushed. I am living proof. My clients are living proof. They say to me all the time, like, Lorna, you're not just helping me with my relationship with food. Like, I can have a conversation with my husband and actually express my needs in a very calm way. I'm less snappy with my children. I'm the healthiest I've ever Bin, I know my worth. I'm setting boundaries at work. I'm not people pleasing. And you want to know why? They're not looking at Susie and this person and this person. They're saying me. They're focused on me, them. You need to focus on you. You get to be unstoppable. You get to have it all. This is your life. You are not different. And when you are surrounding yourself with people who are living it, who live it all, that's where the magic happens. But when you surround yourself with other people that are convincing you, oh, well, there has to be a struggle or this or that, it's like it pulls you away from your power. It's like, then you stop focusing on you and it's about external. It's like this person, oh, this person said it's hard. This person, external. We're talking about your life and the fact that you're not different. I only surround myself with people who push me, who show me what's possible. And this is why actually at the end of the month, in like 2-ish weeks, I'm actually flying to Costa Rica to attend my mentor's retreat because I choose to get in the room with other people who want to be better, who deeply care about their lives, who strive to become the best version of themselves. Because who you surround yourself with matters. And I will always be that person for you to show you what's possible, but also help you see within yourself as to what's possible. Let other people say, you can't have it all. It's too challenging. And I say, you get to have the time of your freaking life as you're on this planet, experiencing so much joy every single day, even if you're not binge free yet, even if you're not at that end, whatever destination yet. It's like every day gets to feel like magic because it's a choice. Hard? Oh, that has to be hard. Well, you're up for the challenge. Oh, it has to be challenging. Okay, but you actually love challenges. I never wanted a milestone. I never was attached to just the end result because I'm sure you're like me where it's like, okay, once you get to that goal and you like checked it off and you're like, boom, I hit this goal. It's like, okay, on to the next goal. Like for me, I conquered binge eating and it was like, okay, well, now I'm going to work on my hormones. Now I'm going to work on my gut health. Now I'm going to turn up the dial on my nutrition without messing up my relationship with food. I'm always like on to the next level because there's always a next level. I became less snappy with my mom and I'm like, perfect. I started having better relationships in my life, but I'm like, okay, well, I can communicate my needs better. Okay, I have boundaries in my life, but how can I be stronger in my boundaries? How can I turn up the dial on my boundaries even more? There's always a next level. Drop next level in the chat. There's always a next level. I started feeling confident around certain people, and I'm like, I want to feel confident around everyone. There's always a next level. You reach one goal and you're like, I'm on to the next one. And not in a negative way, not in a negative way where you need external validation, but it's just who you are. You're like, I'm successful. I work hard. I want to become the best me. So I heal my relationship with food. Boom, I'm on to working on body image. Boom, I've healed my body image. Okay, I'm going to have the best relationships in my life. Boom, I worked on my relationships. Now I'm going to skyrocket my confidence. You don't just chase a milestone and you're like, okay, that's it. I'm done. Imagine if I was like, I conquered binge eating and that's it. I don't have to grow anymore. I can just coast. Like, I wouldn't be living an incredible life. There's always a next level. And it's not just about hitting one goal and that's it. It's like, okay, I reached that goal, on to the next one. For me, it was never about, let me just conquer binge eating. It was like, let me conquer binge eating. Let me also work on my body image and my health and my relationships. I want to have energy. I want to have good gut health. I want to have good digestion. I want amazing relationships. I want to feel confident, like everything, because I love the process. I love the journey. So you are not different. All that to say, you are not different. There's nothing you need outside of you. There's nothing you need externally. You have everything within you. Now you just need to decide. Drop I decided in the chat if you have truly decided that I am so freaking powerful, that I can have it all. I get to have it all. I am going to have it all. I already have a good life, but I've decided to take things to the next level. I've decided more joy, please. More pleasure, please. More happiness, please. More success, please. More goals reached, please. Like, I've decided it is a choice. I'm not different. I've decided from this point on that I don't just get to have a good life, but I get to have whatever I desire, I deserve. I've decided. Make this commitment to yourself, not for anyone else, but for you. So you can look back on this day and say, remember that day when you decided? Holy moly, my life has changed. So, how are we feeling? Yes, I've decided. Woo! I love it. We are going to wrap up day 1. Day 2, we're going to get into the specifics for you in terms of your health, your relationships, your confidence. There's going to be more strategy tomorrow. But the first step was what I discussed today, knowing you're not different, deciding who's in my inner circle, choosing who you're actually surrounding yourself with, getting in the rooms with people who expand you, and deciding that I get to have it all. You're amazing. This mindset is great. I'm so glad. Okay, you guys, I will see you tomorrow for day 2. Tomorrow is at 1:00 Eastern Standard Time. I will see you tomorrow, same place. Come on Zoom, come with your positivity, your energy, come on camera, show up like you're about to change your life, and you absolutely will. So I love you guys. Have an amazing rest of your day, and we'll see you guys soon. Okay, bye guys.